Now, how about them damn Celtics?
And we are back with another How About Them Celtics video. Sam and I are here recording on Sunday, December 8th, and we're reading your guys' emails. We haven't read them the last few pods because I had a busy weekend, other stuff going on, so we have a little bit of a buildup. So we're going to get right into those. Reminders always, you guys can email us at hbtcpod@gmail.com. That's hbtcpod@gmail.com. Full pods drop every Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday. That's where we usually read them, but today we're catching up on a video. Starting with RJ. Says the rise of Drew Peterson. So that's how you know how far behind on the emails we are. Afternoon, folks. Drew Peterson continues to his stay in Boston against the Pistons tonight. It's Wednesday as I write this. Yikes from us. And I'll be curious to see if he gets another 20-plus minute appearance. He did not. Apart from Drew playing well in his own right, do you get any sense that the C's are trying to ramp him up so they can give Hauser a bit of an extended rest? In the first 21 games of this year, Hauser has only had one game where he's made 4 threes. Last year, that same mark, he sung 4 more 7 times. Backs are tricky things. Be well, RJ. So are adductors, because Sam Hauser went out with an adductor strain in the last game as we're recording this now. I do think Drew Peterson being elevated could be their way of trying to find more depth, more sustainable pieces to the long term as well. And I do think I still believe in him, but yeah, I think Drew was good. I think Baylor is going to get some extended time in Maine here coming up. That's what he told us today. So it does sound like they're trying to find some mix and match pieces that they can throw in there.
Yeah, I mean, Peterson's actually been pretty decent when he's gotten run for the Celtics too, so that helps all of this. I mean, I don't think anybody expected him to make a major impact in the Cleveland game like he did when he first got in there, then followed up with a solid outing against oh my god, it's slipping my mind who they played on Monday. The Heat on Monday. And that's great for him. He's somebody who's now been a part of the Celtics for a year, and he's spent some time in Maine, put in the work. And Joe Mazzulla spoke to that after the game against the Heat when he was like, "Yeah, I want all these guys to feel like their reps matter." So giving them the opportunity to get out there and play is always something that makes him feel good. Um, but in terms of Sam Hauser, I think Hauser's kind of found his footing, especially since the email here. He had a 16-point game and a 20-point game. Got kind of hurt against um, Memphis on Saturday, but from everything we heard, he's supposed to be fine. He just kind of had some muscle tightness on his inner leg. But it's good to have backup. It's good to have Drew Peterson, who's a little bit of a different type of pitch to throw at other teams. Even though he has similar skill set, he's a good shot. We watched him warm up before the Memphis game, and he was knocking everything down. So you should trust him shooting threes. His shot's a little wonky, but trust me, when he's getting those shots up, they are going in.
Yeah, it looks weird, but I like Drew Peterson. I think he should stick around past the season, but we'll see. Next email, RJ again. Who's next? Morning, folks. Great episode Friday morning. Looking back at the smart for Porzingis trade. Brad has mastered the art of moving players earlier for value rather than letting them wither past their sell by date, which leads me to the next question. Who's next? As much as we all want the current squad to stay together, they need to keep growing the team. Will always be there. My own guess is Drew. Love him dearly, but guards decline with age faster than big men. I could see him being moved as soon as this offseason. Your thoughts, P. Well, RJ? I think a lot of it will depend. I think if they win again, they might try to stick it out for another year, then figure out the KP contract, then go from there. If they lose, maybe they're like, all right, let's see if we can flip this. Not that they need to shake it up if they lose, right? I think the Celtics will be a fine team, one of the best teams, regardless if they win a title again this year or not. But you could see them maybe accelerate the plan to get under that luxury tax, say, okay, let's try to compete at a high level again without Drew. And I do think that probably is the best name to drop. I think at this point it is Drew, Drew, Jaylen, or KP. And I think the likelihood is Drew, KP, then Jaylen, significantly below those guys. The only reason I don't say Derek is I think Derek's on a far more team-friendly deal. And
Yes,
cutting $55 million in salary versus $30 million with the
he's
value you can
extremely
get back for each of them.
durable as well.
Yeah, exactly. That too. So I do think Drew would probably be the next logical answer, especially considering Al is probably going to retire in the next few years too.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think to answer RJ's question, a lot of this starts with the draft. That's where the first domino is going to fall. Celtics will have a first round pick this year unless they decide to trade it. And with that comes the opportunity to bring somebody in that you believe in on a very team friendly deal. If you play your cards right, you get the right type of player to fill your system. It can make a lot of sense to trade Drew if you really trust the rookie to step into a small role off the bench, and then you can kind of play Peyton Pritchard in a more expanded role as a starter. I don't really know if you're gonna really replace Drew with Peyton Pritchard, though. They're just gonna get a completely different kind of player. Pritchard's more of an offensive, explosive guy, where Drew is a versatile defender, and I think the
Well,
defender thing is a rare thing to come by with guards.
that's what I was gonna say. I think replacing Pritchard with or replacing Drew Holiday with Pritchard is probably what will happen. But that doesn't mean it is a one for one. Like you said, it's hard to find defensive minded guards. I don't think the Celtics will be able to quote unquote replace Drew Holiday. I think they will have to elevate Pritchard into a large role and adapt their play style from there. Because you can't you're not going to be able to find a Drew Holiday in the draft. Like maybe you can find and develop a Drew Holiday in the draft, but for the time being, you're probably not going to be able to get a better option than Peyton Pritchard is going to give you.
Yeah, it's not football. Football, you see teams every year, like, get a running back that's all of a sudden, like, the biggest statistical numbers guy in the whole league. That really doesn't happen in the NBA, especially late in the first round of the draft. So you're going to have to hit on that, but in a more similar way to what Jack said, where you just kind of have to hope that pans out into something that you can use in the future. Which with the new CBA, everybody has to do. It's going to be the next thing that NBA teams see separate contenders from teams that just can't really get out of the mud, that are always just kind of
Yeah.
okay, but not great, not really a real threat. It's going to be drafting right. That's really what's kind of setting the Celtics apart at the moment. Peyton Pritchard has been so great for them this year. Sam Hauser, though they didn't draft him, was somebody that they picked up and developed. Same can be said for Luke Cornett, and all these guys are playing real minutes for the team, and they're not getting paid superstar-esque money. They could be making so much more money elsewhere. Well, Hauser's probably on a pretty fair contract starting next year, but Pritchard, he's in a 4-year extension worth $32 million total. There are people out there that would probably pay him anywhere from $15 to $20 million in a season with the way he's playing
Mhm.
right now.
More than that, even
I was
for
being
sure.
conservative.
Yeah, no, I mean, think about the production Peyton Pritchard has given you this year on a team where he is the fourth, sometimes fifth option. And then think about the chance you would take on a guy like that to be your what, second, third option on any given night. Like look at players around the league who are averaging, 16 points a game in a row. Manuel quickly got 30 million. Manuel quickly can get $30 million. Peyton Pritchard can get $30 million. You know what I'm saying? Like
He did.
there's
It's
levels
just
to it.
over a long time.
Yeah, I suppose. Emmanuel quickly is getting like I don't know his next contract off the top of my head, but like
I think he's on like a 90 million plus total deal.
yeah, exactly. So I think it's very possible for that. But I mean, wrapping this back in with the Drew Peterson thing that RJ said before, like the future of the Celtics is going to be predicated on them hitting talent. Like that is going to be how they extend this window. Because for as old as Drew is, for as old as Al is, for as injury plagued and uncertain the future of KP is, Tatum, Brown, Derek White are. Let's see. Tatum
The
is
big
26.
three.
Tatum's 26. Brown's 28. Derek White's 30. Like you've got probably 3, 4, maybe 5 if Derek White can sustain some level of play with the shooting, like solid years with that core and more of Tatum and Brown, right? You've got that locked up. The key is hitting on guys like Drew Peterson, hitting on Shireman, hitting on a Pritchard, a Hauser, a Cornett, like finding pieces in the draft, in free agency, like Namish Keita, everywhere around that you can be like, all right, let's elevate this guy. Let's bring this guy on. Because you're not going to be able to sustain this dominant, like best team in the league by a landslide level of success with KP and Drew for a long time. But what you can do is be a title contender every year if you can be on par with teams like the Mavs and the Cavs and the Thunder, because you'll have Tatum and Brown and Derek White. And if you have that, you'll always have a chance, but you need to hit on the Petersons and everything below that. So I think the answer to your question here, RJ, is Drew is probably next up. And I don't know when that's going to happen, whether it's next season or the offseason after that or whatever down the line, or maybe they just ride his contract out because they value his leadership and the play he's giving them more than what they get in return. The point is going to be hitting on the draft, hitting on free agency, stuff like that. That's what's going to determine the future of the Celtics.
I mean, it's an interesting time to discuss this after Saturday's loss, too, where Memphis was like, he's not going to be able to score the
Yeah.
way we're going to make him score. And they kind of highlighted him as a weak point. Like, unfortunately for the Celtics, this is not like a fluke thing. Drew is shooting significantly worse on corner threes this year. Forsberg put it out last night. I put it in my article for Celtics blog. He's literally half as efficient from the corner. He's shooting 30% right now. It's a quarter of the season done. it's not like this is a 5-game stretch. This is somewhat of a trend. It doesn't mean he can't get out of the hole. It doesn't mean he can't re-find his footing, but he's not the guy that was shooting 60% last year. Again, like, they are going to have to adjust to that. And I think the adjustment is playing Pritchard in moments where you may want to actually go to Holiday, but you kind of have to put Pritchard there if a team is forcing the ball into Holiday's hands, like the
Yeah.
Grizzlies did.
Pritchard's averaging 1 less point than Derek White now. That's insane. Sorry. Anyways, good question, RJ. Thank you. Next email from Philip, who I believe has another song for us. Philip says, fellas, they say authors, you cannot write a character smarter than yourself. I wonder if someone as uncool as myself can write a song for one of the coolest people on the planet. Let's find out. Celtics song number 7 for number 7. Jaylen Brown, always cool. Let's take a look at what Philip has for us.
Kind of looks like the Rick Bozo meme a little bit.
Yeah. Jaylen Brown, always cool. Freestyling in the pool. Swag on 10, bust to school. Highlight reel, make you drool. Yo, I'ma have to mumble like MB, gonna stumble like Julius, gonna bumble like East B in the jumble. Low see the ring, I'm the juice. Coke killer with Papa Deuce. Transition always loose. Crunker dunker, I refuse. Brand on point, rep my name. Nike know they playing games. Look so fresh, never lame. Founder of the B Exchange. Chase the ice, I'm the ember on my drive. Feel a tremor rising up over centers, making posters like a printer. Jaylen Brown, always cool. Freestyling in the pool. Swag on 10, bust to school. Highlight reel, make you drool. Bill Russell, Larry Bird, my trophies you probably heard. Legacy is my word. Olympics act absurd. Muscles flex, it's my style. Cold stare, crocodile. I'm the judge, you're on trial. On your head, make them smile. Triple threat, eyes all wide. Your defense look petrified. Step back, perfect glide. A mismatch cannot hide. Cross you up, do the splits like Luka. They call the quits. Fake passes, breaking wrists to the crowd. Blow a kiss. Jaylen Brown, always cool. Freestyling in the pool. Swag on 10, bust to school. Highlight reel, make you drool. Running plays like it's chess. Defenders second guess. Too easy, I must confess. Of talent, I am blessed. Ain't no defense. I can't chew. Euro step, lost your shoe. Dropping dimes out of view. If you blink, got no clue. Dribble up, make my scan. See your zone, that the plan. Build a wall over ran. Know your coach, he's a fan. At the rim, you denied. Posted dunk, mama cried. From parquet, you were pride. Jaylen swag, bona fide. Jaylen Brown, always cool. Freestyling in the pool. Swag on 10, bust to school. Highlight reel, make you drool.
Yeah, that was
very
sick.
good.
This part, wait, like in the first part, I was going a little slow. I was like, oh, this is pretty cool, and then it hit this right here, and I was like, oh shit.
Yo, I'ma have to mumble like MB, gonna stumble like Julius, gonna bumble like East B in the jumble. Low see the ring, I'm the juice. Coke killer with Papa Deuce. Transition always loose. Crunker dunker, I refuse. Brand on point, rep my.
When that shit came around, I was like, oh, we're going.
Started going in a little bit.
Yeah, that was sick. Shout
Excellent
out
work, Philip. Per usual.
That was top tier. We had a tier list of Philip songs. No summer project. All right.
I would love there to be a way for these guys to get to hear them. I feel like they would appreciate it.
I know.
Just not from us, because they don't like us.
No,
they don't like us. They don't like us.
Good try. Not the lyrics.
I know it's not the lyrics.
I know. Someone commented, sorry, I think it's funny. Someone commented on our TikTok today, and they said, when y'all are hot, y'all are unbeatable. When you're cold, anyone can beat you. And I think they meant it as like a dig at the Celtics, but like I think that's a pretty good place to be in. If you're making your shots, you literally can't lose. And if you're not making your shots, there's a chance you lose. Like, yeah, I think that's what they're banking on. I think that's usually how it goes.
I thought they were talking about us. I thought they were like, yeah, when your content's good, it's good. But when you guys aren't, like, you guys suck. I was like, damn.
I did too at first. RJ says, no KP, no problem. Morning, folks. Another win for the C's. This is after the Bucks game. This one featuring stops at the end to put away the Bucks. Fun fact, both this season and last season, Celtics are winning 84% of their games in which KP doesn't play. Not always pretty victories, but wins nonetheless. Looking forward to seeing the Marcus game on Saturday night. Be well, RJ, and I believe that does it for the email.
It was a
Bucks
near
game was
jinx.
good. We're a little bit behind. Yeah, if we had read it, it would have been a jinx. But cool. I think that just about does it. Reminder again, email us hbtcpod@gmail.com. That's hbtcpod@gmail. Let me get my one
calendar.
Second. Right back. Yeah.
As Jack searches for the calendar, we will be recording Monday today as you're hearing this. So get those emails in because, again, you guys are a big part of the show. hbtcpod@gmail.com. I'm sure you have something to say about that Memphis game. And we have 3 days before the Celtics actually play again. So plenty of time for all you guys to get your thoughts in.
Okay. You want to guess what it is today?
I'm going to guess a star.
I'm going to guess it's been weird shit lately, man. What was it yesterday? It was like a squirrel.
It was a squirrel. Yeah, everyone was pissed.
I'm going to guess a clock.
A clock?
Be
Okay.
stupid. Yeah. So number 8 says, more rapid than eagles, his coursers they came as he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Thanks, Mom. Merry Christmas. Love you. Today we got, what is it?
The hell is that?
I think it's bells, like jingle bells.
There's
There's just like little leaves on the top of the bells, but they're bells. They're bells. Yeah, it's like.
Is it all the
bells
same chocolate? You got like different kinds.
Yeah, no, it's just milk chocolate. Cool.
Oh.
Thank y'all for listening. I'll say I'm wrapping it up.
Yeah, thank you very much for listening and watching. Make sure you subscribe, leave a like, comment, tell us what you thought of Philip's song. We do appreciate all of Philip's good lyric writing, AI using. They always are bangers. You can also hit the bell because we are here every single day, no matter what. Full pods drop Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday. Game recaps are up the morning after each game. And other videos like this one are up in between to keep you up to date on all things Celtics. You can also find us on Spotify and Apple. That's right. All pods and game recaps are up there for you. So if you follow, they go right to your feed. Leave a 5-star review. We'd appreciate that very much. This was an email episode, so you already know the email deal. hbtcpod@gmail.com. Our socials are at How About Them C's. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Facebook is just the name of the podcast. All streams are there. They're on YouTube. They're on Twitter. Jack's Twitter is at Jack's Mon NBA. Mine is at Sam LaFrance NBA. That's it for us.